Most health coaches running Facebook ads are basically lighting $20 bills on fire. On this video, we're going to talk about what actually works. Let's get into it. Okay, now this isn't some deep tech tutorial. That's not what this is going to be about. It's a high-level version of what works when running Facebook ads. So if you want the full setup, you want the templates, you want the tracking sheet, you want all that stuff, you want the step-by-step, I will put a link below into my 10x with ads guide, and it will go through everything that you need step by step, and it's absolutely free. So check that out. All right, let's go ahead and get started with this. Even though Instagram's coming up, Facebook still works out better. It's the least expensive place to get leads for coaching, bar none. That's it. And part of it has to do with targeting. That's part of it. But the other thing is that it's a better cost per lead than Instagram or TikTok. Now, part of that has to do with the way the algorithms calculate what it costs to show the ads, but there's a lot of other stuff there. You don't need to know all that stuff. Just know that Facebook right now is still the dominant one. All right, here's the high-level ad strategy. So the first one is using lead ads. So essentially a little form pops up when somebody clicks on the ad on mobile, and it pre-fills their name and email, and then they opt in for whatever it is that you have. You can also ask them an additional question or two, which is nice when you want to filter. You don't want to say something like, how much are you willing to spend? Or are you gonna want to pay for my $5,000 program? That's not the kind of question. But you might say something like, how long have you been worried about your weight? How often have you tried to fix it? How many times? How much do you think you've spent over that time? Because that gives you an idea if they're actually doing something. So you don't want to ask them direct questions that are going to automatically filter them out, because what's going to happen is you're going to filter out the people that you want, not really filter out the people that you don't want. It's really perfect for things like really good lead magnets. I'm not talking about the cheesy PDF that looks like everybody else's lead magnet. No, not that. I'm talking about massive lead magnets that convey tremendous value, not quizzes, not checklists, not a recipe packet. This has to be almost like a full-on course, but that works really well. All right, now the second type of ad is a landing page ad. Could be to the same lead magnet. You might wonder, Ben, why would I use one versus the other? Depends on the leads that you're getting and how much control that you want. So the first ad that I mentioned, sometimes it's hard to get people to follow through because it pre-fills with their name and their email that they use to log into Facebook. And as we all know, most people use a different email to log into Facebook than everything else. I don't know how that got started, but that's the way that it is. So when you use one that goes to a landing page, then you're likely to get a better email address. That's one thing. So you have a little bit more control there, and you can do more with them. So once they opt in, you can send them to custom thank you page, to other offers. You can do all kinds of things with them right there. The other thing that is that you may want to run a webinar that way, or you may want to run your challenge that way. That's fine. But it's a landing page. So basically you're sending them to a landing page to opt in, then they go to a thank you page, and on that thank you page you can do whatever you want with them. DM ads. This is a very underutilized thing because most people think about DM ads only on Instagram. You can absolutely use these on Facebook and get them to work. So it is a very simple thing to do where you're just asking them to take action, to message you about something. It is great for getting your foot in the door so that you can talk to them about whatever's going on and interact back and forth. Even if they don't convert right away, now you've got that interaction. You can retarget them for when you build more trust and they want to interact with you more. You're going to get ghosted. Know that. But it's great for spending $10 a day, $20 a day, something like that. Just don't worry about it if you get ghosted. Everybody does. Those are the three type of ads that absolutely still work on Facebook. Okay, we run them every day. I have 7- and 8-figure coaches where we run these every single day. Now, here's what not to do on Facebook especially. Don't boost post. Boosted posts just do not get the same traction especially not like they would on Instagram. So just don't go down that route. It doesn't matter how little you're spending, you're not getting the kind of data that you want. And retargeting followers on Facebook usually isn't super effective. So boosting them is not the same. Don't target 19 interests. That's another thing, or 20 or 10. The reason that I say this is because Facebook just rolled out something new. They're always rolling out something new. And targeting directly on Facebook has become less and less effective. Make your copy, make your creative speak to your audience, call your audience out so that the algorithm can figure out who your targeting is for. Now, that being said, you don't want to change your ads every 12 hours. That doesn't work. Part of the reason is because it may take a little time for the algorithm to go through the audience and figure out who's actually going to convert. Give it just a little bit of time. The next thing is don't try 6 funnels before you have one working. So I gave you 3 ads. Don't put them all 3 out there. Put them out one at a time. Put it one out, get it working, great. Then do the next one, then the next one over. Lastly is you don't want to obsess over every metric, okay? Say no to ad drama. Just do the math. Okay, let's have a budget reality check. First of all, $5 a day ads are going to get you $5 a day results. There's just no way around that. I know that people advocate it, and I advocate it when you're trying to learn how to do ads. However, $5 a day is not likely to get you a bunch of clients. Okay, and I just want to put that in some perspective. Let's just say that you're running a $5 a day ad to your lead magnet, and you know it's going to cost between $5 and $10 a day to get somebody to sign up. That means one person will sign up every 1 to 2 days. That's not very many, and people get discouraged with that. So make sure you have your expectations set. You understand that. If you can, start with at least $20 a day on your ad and see what you come up with. A rule of thumb is let it run for 3 days, although I'm not a fan of that. If you didn't get something, if you spend $20 and you didn't get an opt-in after 1 day, I would cut that off. So look at how much you're spending. Now, Facebook, what they do is they average the budget out. So one day they might spend on a $20 a day budget, one day they might spend $30, and the next day $10. So it depends on how much is spent. You have to pay attention. Always start your ads in the morning time. Don't start them later in the day or at night, because you want the full budget to come to be spent during a time when your ideal people are likely awake. Even if they're not able to look at Facebook right then, they might be able to do it when they go to lunch or whatever it is that they're doing during the day. So you want to get the most bang for your buck. Your metrics typically stabilize after 3 days, but you want to make sure that you actually have good data to have that stabilized, if that makes sense. Another thing is and the last thing really is you got to move slowly. So once you see something's working, don't just double your budget. Raise it 10%, 20%, something like that, a small number. Don't just go from 20 to 40. That usually will tank it. Okay, that's it. Now let me just say that those 3 types of ads cover about 90% of the type of ads that most health coaches need. There's all kinds of other ones. I could give you all these other ones. There's some that are a lot fancier and all these other things, but the truth is that these cover most people. I just want to leave you with one last thing. If you get a chance, grab my 10X with ads guide. It is pretty awesome. I literally just got a testimonial before recording this. It seems they're just coming in, and I didn't even ask for it. So it is very simple. You can see this is a simple Google Doc. It has in everything that you need: strategy, how to input the ads, creative, tracking, everything that you need to make your ads work. And you can do this. You can hand this off to a VA. Whatever it is, it's completely free. You can make it work in your business. I talk about how to set up audiences. There's videos in here, everything that you'll need. And it's, like I said, it's free. So grab it. I'll put the link below. And that's it. I will catch you next time. See you then.